Welcome everybody to the ultimate Toriko tier list. Now, over the course of the last couple days, I've comprised the top 100 characters I would list out of Toriko. Granted, I could have missed a few. It's a very large anime and manga series, but now I'm going to be not only breaking down and revealing some of the feats for some of these characters in my tiering system, but I'm also going to be listing them off in the left-hand side as you can see my tiering system. Starting with S, God class / cosmic, self-explanatory. Gods, beings that can affect not only the environments around them, but also things like space, time, things that in mythology would have been worshipped by ancient man, or things cosmic that can affect things on star levels, once again, alternate dimensions, etc. A plus, we have planetary / planet based, and what I mean by that is planetary, beings that can either destroy the planet, severely warp the planet, or their methods of attack and or defense still range around planets, such as I can detect people on the entire planet. I can smell someone on the other side of the planet. You get the general gist. We have A tier. We have continent to large island level. These are going to be characters that I'd scale as very strong. In continents, let's say, basically this character could destroy fucking... Is Alaska a continent? Oh my god, am I stupid? Anyway, we could just say a smaller continent that could be destroyed, like Australia or something. This is how I would scale characters that not necessarily would destroy the planet, but that have attacks that are shown to do things to the planet that kind of put them on the level of what's an anime that could be considered large island level. I'd say Black Clover and them are kind of like large island level, and then we get to One Piece there later on, large island level. But moving on, we're gonna have the B plus tier, which is ability based. These are characters whose abilities might not necessarily put them at what I'd say planetary scale or god class, or even the biggest when it comes to destruction, but we're gonna put people in the B plus tier that are specifically geared towards more things such as fighting in like genjutsu like ways, people that use illusions, mimicry, shit like that. We're gonna move on to B, which is mountain / city level, which is self-explanatory. City level being comparable to nukes like Little Boy and Fat Man, whatever the name of their other bomb was dropped. Wow, I'm blanking today. Anyway, being comparable to that. C, which is building level, something that could easily, you know, destroy your fucking house, destroy large boulders, and or things that are basically around 10 to 20 feet in height, but solid. We have street fight level, which is people that realistically just have like good moves but aren't really doing anything outside the streets. And then we have literal cannon fodder, and though I will say most characters in Toriko are not necessarily cannon fodder, it's kind of, but we're gonna go ahead and start this tier list, and it starts off pretty good because we start off with Acacia. Acacia is the patron saint and gourmet god of Toriko. He is also the partner to the appetite demon Neo, which is a being that ate an entire universe over a course of time, but he still is capable of affecting things on a universal / cosmic scale because he went to another universe. And Akasha's abilities at end scale Toriko kind of had him crushing planets. So we're gonna go ahead and just put him in the god / cosmic class, because realistically, Acacia, given enough time to adapt, shown that he could be accelerated hundreds of thousands of times faster than the outside rate of time and survive. He could be hit by things that are extra dimensional in nature. He could be hit by things that are faster than necessarily light, but in the end, it still comes down to this. He is still a being that basically won out on all of that shit. Moving on. Aimaru, the leader of the Gourmet Knights. Now, Aimaru is actually kind of hard to scale. He actually has the notable feat of clapping several of the branch heads in the gourmet cooking arc, but honestly, his ability to eat germs and diseases does make him very dangerous. So like the ability based thing, but I'll definitely say in terms of destructive power, Aimaru is definitely not like a planetary based being, but he does have good manipulation of the back channel. So I'm gonna put him in the B plus ability based tier. Depending on who Aimaru is truly fighting, he kind of would just instantly clap them based on the fact that he's like a walking biohazard, but we'll just give him ability based. Alfaro, this is the right hand man to Boss Medora. His really only notable feats are clapping the Hell Boros and Tommy Rod's Parasitic Emperor. So That one's not that hard. I'd put Alfaro at mountain level. Yeah, mountain city level for sure. Just because the creatures that he were fighting were kind of kaiju, and he sliced them into very small size pieces. And I doubt that in TORIKO, somebody capable of doing that to those creatures, their durability kind of does scale to their capture level. So these are creatures that capture levels were so high that like Tommy Rod and TORIKO weren't keen on letting them out or having to duke it out with them. And even Tepai could only really just dodge around the Parasitic Emperor. So I honestly think, like I said, if the Parasitic Emperor just got somehow unleashed onto a city, it would be city level, in the fact that it could also carry the Hellboros, which probably weighs thousands and thousands of tons. I'm gonna put Alfaro in mountain city level. Asaruti. This is one of the Gourmet Blue, the 5 10 star chefs. I think that's Asaruti. That's the only hard part about these guys, is because they wear their mask, so they're kind of still hard to place. But they all have access to back channel and work kitchen, and they all also have like incredibly high, for what would be considered, power levels, because they live in the gourmet world, and all are technically like parts of Dawn Slime, but I don't think their abilities are affected by it. And these are people who have also eaten the Earth's full course several times, so their cells are already evolved to an entirely different level. And considering, honestly, I'm pretty sure that's Asaruti, because I see the other ones. That's Asaruti. Asaruti was basically the strongest of them, and he's the one that Dawn Slime chose to inhabit. So I will give Asaruti large island level, just because he's eaten a lot of the dishes of the planetary full course, which kind of turns you into a fucking god. But if you want to know about that, check out some of my other TORIKO videos for the explanations on the planet's full course and everything else that comes with it. Barry Gammon. Okay, this one's not very hard, but Barry is kind of like a cool character. He popped up in the what was that, the Ice Continent arc, where he fought against Match, and they kind of had like the ever cutting sword and the impenetrable shield thing. Or is it spear? It's spear. But anyway, so Barry Gammon himself is not that powerful. I don't even think during the Gourmet Cooking arc, which is where this picture is from, that he's kind of even remotely better off than where he kind of was at the start. So Barry Gammon is just going to get building level, because he's definitely not stronger than Alfaro. And I don't think Alfaro is strong enough to take on one of the top 5 chefs in the Blue Star, because they're kind of all like I said, they're all like hundreds of years old, because they just constantly reincarnated into new bodies using the eternal ingredients and shit. So yeah, we'll leave Barry on building level. That just makes sense. But he lost to Match, and I think somebody killed him maybe in the Gourmet Cooking arc. I don't 100% remember, but I'm positive he's not above building level. All he really ever does is like crush like concrete and shit with his face. He is bullet resistant though, so he's definitely way above most of these other levels. Wolf King Guinness, one of the 8 kings. Now I have a video coming out where I do properly scale all of the 8 kings, and I'm going to put Guinness on a planetary planet-based scale, because not only do Guinness's attacks cause like planet-sized mushroom clouds, and they also cause the entire planet to ripple. And the only thing I could find throughout history that's comparable to that was like, it was like a massive like 75-mile long asteroid or something that impacted the Earth millions of years ago and would have caused a similar event to happen based on what we know from science. But Guinness also has the Guinness Search, and Guinness Search is a planet-wide thing that can rip your soul out literally and divulge all information about you. On top of that, Guinness additionally can move that fast. He's fast enough to literally cross thousands of kilometers in seconds. Not even seconds, like the blink of an eye, Guinness is there. That's just, and the 8 kings, like I would only put them not in the god class / cosmic, because they're like the 8 kings of the planet. They're realistically the gods of the TORIKO universe. But Monkey King Bambina, the goat of literally all of the 8 kings, in my opinion, because he doesn't have a special ability. He has a restricted and unrestricted form, but I think that that's just the difference in their power levels. But once again, planetary based, his ancestors literally drained all of one ingredient, which was the continent's vital source, from it and replaced it with their nuts, which is already based. But on top of that, the Monkey King, unlike the rest of the Heavenly Kings, not Heavenly Kings, 8 Kings, doesn't necessarily have like back channel manipulation, shadows that'll incinerate you, like inhaling enough air to inhale the entire Atlantic Ocean level shit like the rest of them do. I'm repeating myself, but Bambina casually jumps into like our planet's thermosphere, which is like 54 miles above, and he can make that leap in like 0.0 seconds. He's also fast enough to blitz literally all 4 of the Heavenly Kings when they were on Gourmet World level, all of them within 0.1 seconds, and then stare Sunny in the face and run off to play hide and seek. He casually skips mountains across the planet. He casually cuts down mountains that are like a third the size of Mount Everest. And without going any further than that, because I'm gonna really like lay into it when I do my how powerful are the 8 Kings videos. Leave a like if you're ready to see that. But anyway, we're gonna leave Monkey King Bambina at planetary / planet based. The Big Bang Shark, a Gourmet World level creature that I don't think we ever got a capture level for. The Big Bang Shark, I'm definitely gonna instantly list as probably mountain city level, and that's kind of underscaling it because this was Medora's ride. This is a Gourmet World beast that I assure you could probably, it's probably a continent. If this creature came to the human world, it would absolutely destroy the entire like human world. Like if there were no people like Jiro, Setsuna, or the higher ranking members of the human world's like delegation there to stop it, that thing is more dangerous than the 4 beast in my opinion, because it's literally Medora's ride. But moving on from that, we have Bile. I think he was skinny at first. Not skinny. He wasn't furry at first. He was like the guy trying to eat a bug or something. But he's probably above Street Fight level. He's nowhere near Barry Gammon's level, but he's probably Street Fight level at least. Or I don't want to make him cannon fodder. He might be cannon fodder in the scale of this anime, honestly. Yeah, he's cannon fodder, because I remember when he fought a Chiryu just snatched him out the air and actually could have just body crumpled, bro. Like, this guy's living on borrowed time. Boggy Woods. Okay. I'm going to put Boggy in the ability-based tier for a very special reason. Boggy Woods is actually a crazy character. So this man has, like, dozens of times the normal bones. That might be an exaggeration, but he has dozens of times the bones of your average human, to where his joints, like, literally move throughout his entire body like scales. He can body snatch people. He can basically inhabit your body and replace your like spinal system and use your body as a face. It's pretty fucked. He also through this damn near has like Luffy's powers, because he can stretch his arms out. He can form them into objects like sickles or like heavy like weights, I guess. And he literally, it's very hard to actually hit his vitals as he can move them around. He does have specific weak points, but this is basically like Toriko's shapeshifter. And I hate that after Ice Continent, they didn't do more of him. He got like a weird ass like bug head look later on when he got more gourmet cells. But outside of his cool ability, he would damn near be like still building level under Alfaro, and not quite. Well, I think he's stronger than Barry, honestly, but Boneless, that's this guy's name actually. He's literal cannon fodder. I don't think I ever saw him get used too much, and then he tried to fight Toriko and them in the Gourmet World after Kamatu got hurt and got one-shotted. Like, Toriko killed him. That man's cannon fodder. Ooh, one of the 3 golden chefs. Now that's a hard one. I don't know how to exactly place them. Was that no, Gigi? Damn, I forgot all their names actually. Kaka, Gigi, and Shishi or something like that. But I know this is the one that went and ate all of those red nitro at the Gourmet Pyramid and came back swole as hell and fully revived Toriko and fed him all of the red nitro cells. And I think he said, like, when he was fighting on the 8 Kings battlefield, that he basically wouldn't even be able to be there if he were in his weaker form. And I'll put him in the same category as he's like a Gourmet World being, like Asuruda, who's lived for a long time. He's been around since the Chiryu and them were young, and he taught them shit. On top of that, he's like an OG Nitro, and I definitely think he would be able to handle something like the Big Bang Shark. So yeah, we'll leave Gigi as one of the 3 golden chefs up here. Ooh, Master fucking Chi. Okay, so that's a good question. He's definitely more than ability based. I'm gonna put Master Chu up here. because one, his full enlightenment of food honor allows him to literally like have vast amounts of like restorative properties held within not only the nutrients that he's taking in, but his also own food immersion. And to couple off that, he's shown that using the spoon ability, he scoops out mountains. Like that was a part of the not Toriko, when they went to the hidden forest, that was a part of it. He had literally scooped out a mountain because he took their giant fucking sushi roll, like a mountain. So he's already above that, and he's a part of the zero bio type. So people like Achiryu and people that are on the head shelf level of the Gourmet Core, Toriko Zebra in them level, like he's basically the old generation, which is kind of what everything up here already is, except the Big Bang Shark. I probably should have made another tier for like the animals, but the Big Bang Shark's nowhere near 8 King level, but it is apparently a very good form of transportation. Oh, I forgot her name, but she is the head chef of the hidden food restaurant, or the hidden, it's like it's the hiding restaurant basically. But she also has food immersion and can perform very precise cuts. I'm not gonna put her anywhere near any of these other fighters. I do believe as a skilled gourmet hunter, they're probably very good, but street fight level, just because I know this character, I forget her exact name. It's like Chibi. No, that's Chiyu. But either way, this character is gonna be street fight level. Okay, old lady, that's old lady Chiyu. I'm pretty 100% sure. But either way, from the Bubble Fruit art, and she has a son with Master Chu, but she like was clapping Master Chu up, like straight clapping that man. And she's probably also around Granny Setsu's level, though we didn't really get to see Granny Setsu, like, not necessarily not get ready. That's not what I meant with Granny Setsu. Like, Granny Setsu wasn't really like fighting at full power, because not only did she know all the people that were jumping her, she was also trying to figure out exactly what was going on at the cooking festival. But yeah, I'm still gonna put old lady Chiyu in the continent large island level, just because she was clapping up Master Chu, and as a member of the zero bio type, he has to be able to survive literally the gourmet world and the creatures there, which would easily be continental level beast. Like beast that will pop up, like if a gourmet world creature popped up in Australia, for example, the entire continent of Australia is decimated. Nothing there will be able to contend with it. It wouldn't even just necessarily be a dinosaur or something like that. It'd be like an intelligent dinosaur that knows how to extract its food from the ground itself. Like, it absorbs the minerals inside of sediments, and it will collapse an entire fucking continent or something like that. That's kind of the gist of it. Oh damn, did my thingamajigger fall? Anyway, who is next? Who's next? Coco. Ooh, the poison devil of the Heavenly Kings. Now, Coco, I'm gonna give planet-based. Specifically because while we don't technically get comparable feats for Coco when it gets later in the anime, he did eat the planet's entire full course and awaken his appetite demon. So, excuse me, I gotta clear my throat for some reason. All right, so Coco with his poison demon literally would be able to subjugate an entire massive planet. The devil poison itself would make everything on the planet basically go crackhead. No ability to think or process things outside of what you want and how that's going to lead it to Coco's poison. That's what he did to Grimpotch, and Grimpotch is somebody I would rank at continent or large island level, but we'll keep going. Coco also has like moves that hit you faster than a Molspore discharge, which is like 0.0000001 times, which is faster than anything. You can't see mold necessarily grow. Like, it's the Molspore discharge. The growth of mold is said to be the fastest living thing in all of existence. Coco can hit you with a spear that's that fast. Amped up, he can do this multiple times throughout the gourmet arcs. And what I really think would make Coco kind of shine is the fact that he can secrete poisons that are like volcanic gas. And he can do these on a larger and larger level, and probably an infinite level once he's consumed the planet's full course. So imagine like Coco could just pull up and turn your entire fucking country into the poison continent. They label it a new planet. They just be like, nah, bro, that's a whole different area. We're not Nah, it's gone. We ain't got nothing to do with that. But that's the whole point. Koko is also similar to Aimaru, but is way fucking stronger than Aimaru, as he has comparable feats to all of the 4 heavenly kings, like fighting the 4 beasts, fighting the 4 beasts full body, and fighting gourmet head chefs. But like I said, similar to Aimaru, Koko's abilities do make him a walking biohazard. So we're gonna leave him on the planetary planet-based scale, especially at the end of the series. This is another one of the blue shell chefs. I do not remember exactly this one's name, and I hate it. It's those masks. I can't remember their faces. I remember Asaruti because he had a very specific face. That guy had like crimson red hair or blue hair, as the manga may have putting it. But I'll definitely say he is on comparable level with like the top chefs that would have been at the gourmet cooking arc. So people like Granny Chiyu, but he is also scalable to Asaruti, as all of them were basically the top 5 chefs of Blue Shell, all beings that have eaten a planetary full course and have thousands of years of experience. Granted, I wouldn't put his power quite as up there with Asaruti's, considering Asaruti was said to be, I don't know, bro. It's hard. I'll give him ability based, just because I don't know his direct power level. And trying to scale all of the blue shell chefs to continent to large island level might be kind of pushing it. I'll give them ability base, because ability base with me is like they fit more scenarios and can get out of necessarily more things than mountain or city level. Mountain or city level is just the level of destruction I like to say they're capable of releasing. Chef Doss, one of the top chefs of the world. I'll definitely put him above cannon fodder, but honestly, he would have got kidnapped just like any other chef by like Bear Gammon at the fucking cooking arc, so he's gonna be street fight level. Woo, Sky Deer, planetary / planet based. I would almost take Sky Deer out of the simple planetary planet based scale and put it on God class like I am, because okay. This is why. You got to understand in the simplest way that Sky Deer having access to the back channel and the abilities based around the back channel make it a being capable of, it can create an entirely separate space of existence. A space at which you could age tens of thousands of times faster or not be affected by time at all. This could literally allow it to isolate you in a never dying system. It could leave you in a state to where you just wither away to ashes. It effectively can beat immortality. It didn't beat Akashia, but that's gonna be always the fact. Akashia is the top being of this show until Toriko kind of gets up there and Medora. But realistically, I want to give Sky Deer like God class / cosmic, because its abilities do kind of rupture literally the space-time continuum, like quite literally. And it also has like dozens of, not hundreds of, high capture level, like almost a king level beast on its back, like 5,000 capture level beast. So I'm gonna give it definitely like God class / cosmic, considering it's also like a several mile long fucking monster that would dwarf like most cities. But either way, Daros is actually another example from the 8 Kings that I don't necessarily want to say is a cosmic level being, but I'm definitely going to give him God / cosmic, because Daros has access to the extra dimensional laser that Akasha couldn't even stop. Went out into space, pierced a asteroid that would have been comparable on the Toriko planet to like a planet killer for us in real life. Like that thing was massive, and Daros's blast only took out a chunk of it. So I would still say having access to a laser that can hit you through dimensions, which is also proven when he got layered by the Deer King's back channel to fire it even faster and not have to charge it. But either way, the extra dimensional laser is kind of self-explanatory. It's a laser that could pierce fucking dimensions. Also, Daros is so big he can literally like hold mountains in his hands like rocks, and is already comparable on 8 King level. But I'll definitely scale, I'll give those to the God / cosmic class just because of their abilities, whereas the Monkey King and Guinness probably do have some sort of access to the back channel, and they all have appetite energy because only the strongest predators get that. But I'm not going to waste that much more time on the explanation. I forget this guy's name, but he's actually one of the head chefs of the Gourmet Corps, one of their top chefs. I'll give him comparable to Alfaro, mountain slash city level. He's not the boss's right hand man, but he's definitely somebody that, if encountered in a battle, would probably like Kuromada. I think that's his name, Kuromada. I think he would have absolutely wrecked Toriko during the Icel continent. The Gourmet Festival art. That's a good question, because Starjuan's like their second strongest member, and I don't think this guy's stronger. But I do think he's right around Alfaro's class at mountain slash city level. And looking back kind of over certain parts of the tier list, I would definitely say I could give this guy higher than literal cannon fodder, because he's actually stronger than Berry Gammon, I'll say, because he made it to the Gourmet world to try and even challenge Toriko. So he had to be capable of not getting clapped by like low grade beasts there. So I'll give him higher than cannon fodder. The Emperor Crow, one of the 8 kings. Okay, Emperor Crow is not gonna get God slash cosmic. It just got placed there. But I'm gonna give him definitely planet slash planet based, because he can create miniature suns in his mouth. So I'm not even sure what that would necessarily do in a real life setting where like a miniature sun just appeared on the planet. The same thing with like beings like Moon, but either way, his shadow literally destroys, vaporizes you. It makes you forget thought. It makes you cease thinking about being a living fucking being, and you're just gone. It's actually one of the wilder abilities, but it still is not quite as powerful as an extra dimensional laser, or being able to make the hyperbolic time chamber, or like Neo Akasha eating stars and blitzing planets. So, man. Froge, legendary god chef Froge. It's very hard to scale her. She was the partner to Akasha and also somebody that could cook God. But in terms of her power, I'm not 100% sure. I almost want to give Froge planetary slash planet base, because Joey technically had her body, and I don't know if that would have, those were her gourmet cells though. So yes, that was Froge. So yeah, that would mean that Froge's attacks are capable of like piercing past the planet and also moving faster than light, as Joey's attacks are stated to. So we can definitely put Froze in the planetary slash planet based. I would actually put Akasha, if he did not have Neo, around planetary slash planet based. Like the same as his disciples, obviously stronger than them, but it's still in the same class relatively. But no, because of Neo in that last in-game evolution, man's on a whole nother level. Forgot this guy's exact name, but it was like the Demon Bandit, right? No, that's not Ryuzen, but he was like the Demon Bandit or some shit. He's a member of the Zero Bio type, even though it looks like a villain. I'll give him continent to large island level, because honestly, I don't know. I don't think he ate the planet's full course, and he would also be just like Master Chiu, as comparable to a member of the Zero Bio type. They all were probably, I think honestly, all of them really got clapped. He was one of the last ones left alive against their fights in the Gourmet world, but most of the Zero Bio type got clapped. But either way, Scum Beast. The Scum Beast is actually a collection of like different Gourmet beasts and shit, and also Gourmet cells that were made active. And I'm gonna give it a building level. I'd say it'd probably be as strong as Berry Gammon, if not stronger than the two of them, because I think they either controlled them. But this was a high grade Scum Beast that Granny Chiyu and I forget his name, Okamatsu, or it was something like that. Komatsu's former chef friend that turned evil. But either way, I'll give the Scum Beast around that, because it took mountain level destruction, honestly, from getting hit by Toriko's like almost that may as well have been the intro to his infinite Kuji punch, bro. I think it was at least like over like 59. But either way, we'll give the Scum Beast building level. Oh, we're getting into the Gourmet nobility now. I'm not 100% sure what all of their names were, but I know this was news. Now we're going to put all of the Gourmet noble, honestly. Yeah, so first off, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put all of the Gourmet nobles in this tier, in planetary slash planet based, and I'll explain why shortly afterwards. And I'll also give you, I'll give you their names and shit too, but they're all gonna go up here. So, starting with, we have News. News, named after the Planet Full Course News. News is one of the Blue Nitro that was in the direct battle against Jiro, and his ability, not ability, but The mantle shot was the attack that he used. That was an attack stated to be able to shake the mantle of the planet that they were on. Now, already if you shake the mantle of a planet in the way that he was doing it, that would already cause catastrophic earthquakes across the planet. But he did it fighting Jiro, and it's clear that damage was negated by Jiro's damage knocking. But this is still a fighter that can shake the mantle of a planet. And all of the Blue Nitro are kind of comparable to the 8 Kings, as some of them actually do direct battle with them. Like this one got hit directly by the Monkey King's beam, and still alive and kicking quite easily. I forget this one's exact name. I think to make this easier, I'll go list off the other ones. This is Pear. Pear is the one that not only fought against Akasha at the beginning, but also ate and consumed with each other's cells. And Pear is actually the one that I think gave Toriko the anger flavoring to beat the absolute hell out of Akasha before he fully awoke. But Pear is definitely up there in the same planet-based power, because they were all there fighting against the 8 Kings. This is Center. Center was fighting against Wolf King Guinness's entire pack. So I'll put him, he being able to fight off multiple battle wolves, he's already still up there. He'd be continents a large island level at that point, but being able to be a member of the Blue Gourmet Nobles, like I already said, qualifies all these beings for planetary scale. But she got punched into outer space. I don't really know which one that was. This was Air. I don't think Air had any comparable feats, and I don't think, was this Center? Damn, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember all of the names of the Gourmet Blue Nobles, but they were beings from the Blue Universe, and they were comparably way stronger than most, if not all, of the other fighters presented. I do remember Pear and this one specifically. I don't know which one this was. God, maybe? But either way, those two are the ones that fought against Toriko's Onis. So even being able to remotely fight against the Onis would put them around continents a large island level, as their attacks are streaking out into space, hurting other 8 Kings like Horse King Heracles and etc, etc. But moving on from the Gourmet Blue Nobles, though I feel like I could have given a better explanation, but either way. We have Sous Chef Grimpotch. Grimpotch is somebody I'm going to put on a large island to continental level, specifically just because, one, he chopped down that massive stalk that was in the forest, which was said to connect to the entire root of the forest, so it wasn't something you could pull up. Grimpotch chopped it, or his beetle chopped it, but I'm gonna say Grimpotch did it, because Grimpotch has breath-based powers. We've seen these can make holes so deep that they span through the bottom of the Gourmet Coliseum tunnel. And on top of that, not only is he Gourmet world capable, I would definitely say Grimpotch is clapping everybody before that list. I dare say he could also subjugate the Big Bang Shark, because Starjuan was able to do it at one point as well. But either way, we're gonna put him around the continental to large island level, which might be kind of stretching it, but he is still somebody that was comparable to Coco in fighting Coco, which he did. And I think all of the sous chefs were basically the mirrors to the Gourmet Heavenly Kings, or you know how there's always got to be somebody of comparable strength for the heroes to have a good fight against. He was that for Coco. Moving on, Gourmet Gang Leader Guamon. Okay, I guess we could give Guamon the continent large island based, but unlike not only being able, well, damn, I don't know what I'd actually rank this guy now that I think about it. He's the only one in this list that I can't really place. He'd probably be mounting the city level, actually, the Demon Bandit. So we're gonna move him down to city level now that I think about it. Guamon, I'm not gonna give him continent to large island level because he's a swordsman and we haven't seen his precise striking abilities, but his ability of intuition allows him to be able to pinpoint specific accuracies on any opponent, no matter how high their level is. And this is something that even Toriko and Sunny picked up on and not proved to be, but did prove to be incredibly developmental to their power levels. Moving on, Horse King Heracles. Horse King Heracles, I'm not gonna give it the God class because its abilities aren't necessary on the level of interdimensional lasers and hyperbolic time chambers, but it's planetary easily, as it fired a beam that pierced the planet with its horse breath. It also inhales enough oxygen that's higher than the volume of the Atlantic Ocean. And basically, if the Horse King is such a large being that if it stood at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, it would still look down on Mount Everest. It's a god. It's a planetary sized being. So we're gonna leave it up there. The Janus Unicorn. We'll give the Janus Unicorn mounts in the city level as it's an offspring of the Horse King Heracles, and it's also fucking massive. But we'll definitely say that somebody like Alfaro isn't just throwing plates and cutting this junk down. Nobody in these classes are necessarily approaching a Janus Unicorn like it ain't shit. Same thing with these classes, honestly, but we can't say the damn, could they destroy a large island? The beast in this junk are they're the hard ones to scale, honestly, because you don't necessarily know exactly how powerful the beast are because they just have capture levels. But I'll still say mountain to city level. A Chiryu. Yeah, a Chiryu is a god class cosmic. Minority World is like a cosmic, it's like a cosmic brain fart, bro. Minority World is like an ability so strong it still gets used in in-game TORIKO and copied and reversed by people like Medora or Akashia. And Minority World is so strong, bro. I honestly think it's physics, and it's like, and it's opposite day. It changes the laws of physics. It's a move that conceptually, once released, you don't necessarily even know how it could turn out. And that's how Achiryu was getting it like used to hard counter him. But either way, Achiryu is also a being that can like fly, manipulating his atoms, could probably turn the ocean into fire in some context. Like whatever amount of oxygen that's in the water is now the part of the water that is the most combustible. It's hacks. Like it's a hacks level ability. So we're gonna leave Achiryu in his respected god class because that man was the father of the new gourmet age. The Jack Elephant Beetle. We'll put the Jack Elephant Beetle around the Mountain City level because I looking at it now, it was a straight cut on that giant stalk. I think that's probably what cut down the BB corn. But either way, Jerry Boy, fodder. He's supposed to be one of the branch heads, but I remember it literally seeing Ayamaru light his ass all the way up. Like, it wasn't even like getting clapped by TORIKO. You got clapped by Ayamaru, bro. Like, Jerry. GG as one of the last chefs is continent to large island level. One, because they are like the oldest of the Red Nitro, and their abilities are comparable, as GG can not only communicate across like, well, I'll give GG ability based. GG wasn't a combatant, but he did say that they said that he communicated across like 7 different mediums of communication: electromagnetic, vibrations, voice, smell, and sound. Well, voice and sound are the same thing, but I'll give him ability based just because like none of the characters in Mountain City level are necessarily going to be a threat to people like this. I only put Chi-Chi up here because Chi-Chi showed that like he was an incredibly powerful being actually. So we'll leave him respectively where he is. Where can we go from here? From here we have Knocking Master Jiro, which is somebody I would still once again class at God/Cosmic level because he can stop time. Literally, he can stop time, he can stop damage, he can stop physical force. He can't stop the undoing of it, but only Akashia knew how to do that. And being able to halt the rotation of a planet, possessing that like amount of energy, as I explained in my How Powerful is Knocking Master Jiro video, is beyond conception. It is something that puts not only his speed feats, but also his power feats on levels up here with extra dimensional lasers, opposite day the physics breaking ability, or large star eating feats. But moving on, JoJo. JoJo's cannon fodder, honestly. Yeah, he's cannon fodder. Like, I think, honestly, he might prove a fight for either one of these two chefs, but I don't think he's beating a Scumbeast. He's kind of like the old try to be a wise mentor guy and still got clapped by Medora. Chi-Chi, ability based because this one been dead. I think this was the one of the golden chefs that was actually dead and was only trying to help and communicate with them through spirit. So they're gone. The other gourmet blue shell host, we're gonna leave her in ability based because once again, outside of the direct cooking matches with the human world chefs, and none of the human world chefs of note outside of like Zoss maybe could have been taken outside of Street Fighter to maybe large building level. But we'll leave the other member of the Blue Shell 5 in ability based. Kiss. Kiss, I'll still give, especially towards the end of the series, as descendants of the 8 kings and then the pets of the 4 kings. Where would Kiss scale to? They were fighting the Monkey King. Yeah, Kiss, Quinn, and Terry were fighting the Monkey King, so all of them instantly would scale to continent to large island level whenever we get to them, obviously. But yeah, that's how I'd scale the pets of the 4 heavenly kings, just because of not only their lineage, so he is an Emperor Crow, and will one day try to usurp and challenge the throne of Emperor. So he's definitely going to be on comparable level to his ancestor. Komatsu B. So Komatsu's not a combatant at all. He's not going to be planetary based. I will say he does have access to Daros's dagger, which is made of a fang of a descendant of Daros or ancestor of Daros. But swinging that by itself, Komatsu was cutting apart large mountain ranges and also like massive pyramids, which were bigger than a mountain range. But on top of that, Komatsu's ability to like cook is already like the talk of the walk. Like Komatsu, what's the best way to put it? Because, you know, I'm searching for my vape right now. Komatsu would clap every single cooking anime chef ever in a battle royal. Everybody. The guy from Food Wars, the guy from Ichiraku Ramen, anyone you can name that is a chef, Sanji, it doesn't matter. Everybody is getting their cheeks clapped in a cooking competition by Komatsu. Komatsu is anime's best chef. If anything, if there were an S tier specifically for cooking, it would be Komatsu. Komatsu is a god. He prepared God. So food speaks to Komatsu. So that's the best way I can leave it off. Damn, how'd I forget his name so fast? He was a trader though and got bopped. He was an outright trader. He was a Neo trader. He was a member of the Zero Bio type and attacked Granny Setsu, which would automatically put him above building level, as Barry, Gammon, the Scum Beast, and Boneless definitely wouldn't have been able to do that. He didn't have abilities. He like calorie drained people and was like one of the old sages of Toriko. That one hard, maybe hard within my own, but I'll still give him a C tier. Like, I don't think he's causing like massive amounts of destruction. I think his abilities are more personalized, and I think he would still just get clapped by just about everybody up this list. Like, yeah, like I'm confident that even like, yeah, anybody outside of Komatsu and B tier and B plus tier could do it, and everybody in every other tier could do it. Out below, yeah, below C, these guys probably had no chance against this guy. Karibo, I remember him. He's the guy that made the golden cookware. Thought to be a traitor, but I think Karibo is actually a sleeper agent for Neo. I would scale Karibo as, he's definitely one of the most talented tool makers, but he's definitely not continent or large island. I put him at building level though, because he's incredibly strong and has been shown beating beasts that are like Scum Beast level down with just his bare hands, like crushing them. So I put him up there. The head chef, I remember this guy. I don't remember his exact name though, but he eats bugs and has like a sword. I remember he got comboed by it was like the Tommy Rod, Starju, and Grimpotch combo all together. That shit was actually brilliant. But either way, I'm still gonna put him around mountain to city level because he's still one of the head chefs of the gourmet branches. So he's still similar to the people of the Zero Bio type. I didn't mean to take the Janice Unicorn down. Zero Bio type like the Demon Bandit and Kuromata, and definitely Alfaro. Alfaro's probably stronger than all of these guys, but I can't say that. Well, Alfaro actually, Alfaro will get up with Master Chu, but I don't think he's continent to large island level. He is the right-hand man to Boss Midoriya though, and he's more than Gourmet World capable in slaying Gourmet World capable beast. I'll scale Alfaro. I'll put Alfaro up there just because it just makes sense. As the second in command, like he still would have been comparable in strength to like Tommy Rod and them. He was like sous chef with more honorifics. Live Bearer. Live Bearer is not that strong, but Live Bearer does possess a very unique ability. He in strength levels, he's around building level. I'll say that, but because of his unique ability, he gets to get boosted to B+. Live Bearer like steals people's memories, and through that steals their cooking ability and their fighting techniques and everything. And outside of that, he's also like an insane person with like black teeth, like a black grill or whatever. But He's eaten countless like high level ingredients that have like upped his own power, and through that has plenty of other body modifications and everything, and is very strong, as he even wasn't afraid to try and like fight Toriko. But Warden Love is still going to be ability based, even though she's a member of the Zero Bio type. She's not continental level. She uses pheromones. She uses things that, like, I think Zebra was the only person that was not subject to them, probably because he was Zebra. But either way, Warden Love could basically just use her pheromones to make you docile. That's how she was managing to have so many of the execution beasts around. But outside of that, I forget this lady's name, but she's a member of the Zero Bio type. Not one of the stronger members, but I will still incorporate her probably around the street fight level. Then again, I feel like all of the members of the Zero Bio type, because I remember they said Mach could fight Zebra. So I definitely feel like all of them are high up there in terms of their actual prowess and destruction that they could unleash. That's the one thing about Toriko, bro. There was like the power scales were so high that some characters presented that you never got to get good info after wouldn't be that strong. Actually thinking about it, we can leave her safely in like Mountain City level, because I definitely say any of the Bio Type Zero that really went haywire would start fucking shit up. But I'll still give her building level. Guamon's going up to Continent Large Island level, because Sunny fought Guamon and lost. And this was Sunny after, I believe. Yeah, this was Sunny. No, this was Sunny before he redirected Death Falls. What he learned from Guamon helped him redirect the waters of Death Falls. But no, like Guamon was clapping Sunny's cheeks, and Guamon guards one of the highways that leads Gourmet World Beast. So he sees constant combat against Gourmet World Beast, way stronger than anything in the human world. Forgot this guy's name, but he's also a member of the Zero Bio type with comparable strength that I'll still list off in. I'll still put him in B, because I still think somebody like Barry Gammon or this guy that also made it to the Gourmet World would either challenge or beat his ass. Like like with Ryuzen being a member, not Ryuzen, the Demon Bandit being a member of the Zero Bio type, he was one of the last ones we saw standing, so we'll leave him there. Chief Monsum, not handsome, but either way. Chief Monsum, I'm gonna give him a Continent Large Island, because his power got sealed away by Chiryu early on in the series. But even regardless of that, Monsum's own ability showed he could hold off like dozens of massive GT robots that would have easily laid siege to that island. On top of that, like, he would be comparable in strength to like Toriko. He's like the generation between Toriko and them, but he'd be comparable in strength to Alfaro, Grimpoch, Granny Chio, any of these people. Like, Monsum's actually very fucking powerful. They just don't really show it, but he does go on to take over the Ego World. Not Ego World. Well, I guess Ego World. Oh yeah, the what was the name of this damn car? Croakswagon. Yeah, the Croakswagon. The Croakswagon actually had a capture level of like 400 though. So, oops, what happened right here? The Croakswagon I would still put around, it's crazy that I have to scale like a living car, but its top speed was over like fucking 600 miles per hour. So I'd give it street level, not even street. It's a Gourmet World Beast, bro, but its capture level would only represent how hard it is to catch. I don't think this thing is wreaking that much destruction necessarily. So we'll give it street fight level. It'll run you over and kill the shit out of you. Mach. Now, Mach is a very specific example because he beat Barry Gammon and was there once again to defend it. I would put Mach not at Mountain City level. I will give him building level as he beat Barry Gammon. But outside of that, his abilities only really show that he's not gonna like cut down somebody of power levels like the Monkey King, for example. The other member of the Gourmet 5, Blue Shell, we're gonna leave them in the ability-based tier as they're all like incredibly old, like I've been saying. It's very hard to scale them, and I don't know their exact names. Megadoris, I remember him. He was one of the last standing members of that fight between the Gourmet head chefs and the Zero Bio type. So he's gonna be around basically the same scale classing as the Demon Bandit, Mountain City level. Milk is large continent level. Like, I don't have a large continent on there, but large island and continent level, just because the blades that he makes also have been shown to like completely sever mountains. Like he made the sword that was used to dissect air. There's not like a being able to do that. He made weapons that can cut shit at atomic levels. That's the best way to put how powerful Milk is. So Milk the second. Milk the second I'm gonna give building level, because she would not be able to defeat any of these members of the Zero Biotype or anybody on the planet scale. But she tried against Toriko and got her cheeks clapped up. Yeah, so we'll leave Milk the second around building level. Very skilled, very talented, but not what we're looking for. Oh my lordy, the tiger of the new age, Midoriya. Midoriya is a S tier class being. One, because he can stop planetary level attacks, fight beings that are star level like Akashia, beat beings that are also like a Chiryu who can literally reverse the laws of physics, space, and time. I have no doubt that with his scaling towards a Chiryu and Akasha, he could easily deal with stuff like the extra dimensional laser and Skydeer's abilities. We never get to see Jiro v Midoriya, though that would have been a really good ass fight in my opinion. I don't think Midoriya will be able to copy knocking. Knocking is a technique versus like an ability. Like it's something that's been honed, and that's why he's knocking master Jiro. But I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. But let's see. 1 second. 1 second, my boys. Yeah, Medora still like even restored the entire planet, so I'd still just leave him at a solid S-class God cosmic level. Being able to stop a being like Akasha that could withstand like star detonations kind of puts him up there. Oh, the Gourmet Master Cessia. I'm gonna give him Mountain City level because he resurrected Beast like the 4 Beast, and in terms of fighting, I think he would actually be around the same level as these people because he had that unique ability that was like pause and rewind, that was like a time stopping ability, high key. I'm not 100% sure how it worked, but it fucking worked. Monchi's cannon fodder, but he did make the gigantic sushi. Let's see. Well King Moon. Well King Moon can create localized black holes and eat things faster than the speed of light because of the black hole. So he is a planetary-based being. I would put him at a cosmic scale. I am going to put him at cosmic scale just because he creates a fucking black hole to another world. That's kind of inescapable for the majority of beings, no matter how powerful you are. But, how else could I... Yeah, no, Moon's definitely... The Well King Moon is definitely cosmic class, for the simple fact that it can create a black hole. The Mother Snake I would still rank in terms of class above, because the Mother Snake is a being that wraps around the Toriko planet like 9 whole fucking times. It's kind of unbelievable. Already, like when she moves, she rips through the air and creates tornadoes that are massive and spiral for hundreds of miles. But on top of that, she can stretch out into space to eat stuff like asteroids or any other thing that she fucking wants. On top of that, it's fast enough to eat beings like Akashia that could block things like the extra dimensional laser, block blows from block blows from Midoriya, and block blows from not Jiro, that got mixed up. Block the extra dimensional laser, break out of the hyperbolic time chamber like space, take blows from Midoriya, who could take blows from the Chiryu. I forget his name, but he's another one of the members of the top rank of the Gourmet Corps. So he would be similar in comparison to the members of the Zero Biotype. These are one of the Red Nitro. I would put these Red Nitro at... Yeah, building level. These Red Nitro are not clapping anybody in the large continent tier, and they're not clapping anybody in the mountain city level tier. Zebra claps like 4 of them at once, though they're all incredibly strong. I'll give the Allosaurus building level just because it's a massive beast that was running around on like the Regal Plateau, which is already a zone where things is quite not that powerful still roam. I guess in comparison to everybody else here, I'm fairly positive they would clap the shit out of the Allosaurus. So I guess Allosaurus can be cannon fodder in comparison to everything else. Okamatsu, or whatever the fuck his real name was, he actually got up there. I will actually give him ability based just like Komatsu. He became a very talented cook, and as you can see those scars in his face, he kind of looks like a sleeker Toriko. He ended up getting like what's the word I'm looking for here? He ended up getting like gourmet cells implanted in him to make him stronger. So he's already above. Like as a chef, he would clap these people, but also as a combatant, he would technically be on the building class level, because I'm certain that because he pulled up with the Scum Beast and Lady Chiyu, that he'd be able to beat Match or Barry Gammon. His weapons are incredibly powerful and sharp, and he was chosen as Starjuan's cooking partner. But oh wait, that wasn't Pear up here. Who are you? This is Pear. Yeah, because Pear had the red mohawk. Pear's the one that ate Akashia. Pear actually would be a little stronger than the rest of them, in my opinion. But either way, I just remember the fit for her. She had the peeler shot that like peeled off a section of the planet as well. Oh, I don't remember this guy, but he's another one of the gourmet blue. I really wish they showed the face, or I probably should have got better photos that showed their actual names like I did with Chief Monsum. But another member of the gourmet 5 chefs, the top chef. They were like the 10-star top 5 chefs. Quinn, like I said, in the same realm as going on to become another one of the 8 Kings descendants but along with Kiss and Terry. They're all like, they would be comparable to the Big Bang Shark, which is a creature that travels across like space like it's fucking butter. And nobody in these classes is going to be able to manhandle any of these animals. Like when I get to Terry, I would almost put Terry even further up there, but the gourmet nobles were like manhandling the but the weaker versions of what's the word I'm looking for? The weaker versions of the 8 Kings, like they weren't shit. Like there was the one specific Nitro that was like handling the hell out of all the battle wolves, but Rap was reported to be about as strong as Zebra at the time. So we'll give him, just like Guamon, because Guamon was scaled to Sunny. We'll give Rap, I guess, Large Continent. He's one of the people that when we fast forwarded to the Gourmet World arc had gotten clapped, but I don't know who he fought against. We just know that he got clapped. Ricky is building level, I'll definitely say, because I think Ricky's top capture level was still only like came out around like 40. So Ricky's definitely building level. Ren is building level. She actually got W's on some of the people in these classes, basically like people that would be comparable to like the Scum Beast. And I definitely say, Scum Beast went up. I definitely say Ren actually has like a lot more potential. We'll actually put Ren in the ability base because she uses like the battle gases and, you know, has the battle swords, and she fought B in them, and they are like stronger than street level. They were the people kidnapping the gourmet chefs during the cooking arc. But man, the leader of the gourmet Yakuza is like Ryu or Ryuzen. I'm gonna put him on continental large island level because there was something they specifically said he did, like he severed like a fucking ocean or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but he's on comparable strength to like Milk, being able to be like one of the world's most skilled swordsmen, and also being comparable to people that are in the Zero Bile type. And he actually apparently didn't leave the human world until Chiryu called him to come to the gourmet world. So either way, he looks pretty serious. Who the fuck are you? I think this is another member of the Zero Bile type. I don't remember his exact name. I think he's one of the ones that got clapped though. But the Zero Bile, most of the Zero Bile type members do reside in the mountain level. But honestly, these two, now they all went to the gourmet world. I'll give them mountain. All Zero Bile type members, I'll give technically mountain. So we'll scale Karibo up. This guy was a bitch and got clapped super fast though, so we'll leave him where he is. All right, Granny Setsu. I'm going to give Granny Setsu planetary based. And now what I mean by this is not, we never get to see actual combat feats from Granny Setsu other than the pressure cooker, where she was like exploding people's fucking domes, which would already put her like higher than the Mountain City level, because they shown in Ice Hill that Alfaro was scared of her. And Granny Setsu is already like the cooking partner and partner to, what's that man name? Knocking Master Jiro. So realistically, I would put her as like the closest thing we have to the New Age Froze. But the real reason I put Granny Setsu on, what's the word? Planetary scale is because at in-game Toriko, we saw her deflecting planet-sized attacks. We saw her deflecting beams. We saw her holding off the force of the planet being ripped apart and shaken by all the damage that was going on in the gourmet world. So while not maybe capable of delivering planetary scale attacks, I think that her ability being able to defend the human world would put it on comparable size to our own Earth, considering 70% of their planet is the what's the face? What's the word? 70% of their planet is the gourmet world, and 30% of it is like the human world. But without further explanation, I think that the human world in Toriko would still roughly be the size of our planet, if not a little smaller. But granted, set to planetary scale. Shigematsu snake. This thing could actually release death pheromones that make you stop breathing. So it's actually, I'd compare it at city level high key. It damaged Chief Monsum, and Chief Monsum is someone I scaled higher in the continent's a large island level if he actually let loose and was just fighting. So well, damn, did I really rank Chief Monsum on large continent, but left some of the zero bio type members down here in Mountain City? Ooh, it's tier list hard. Ooh, I'll bring Monsum down to city level. That's fair. That's fair to say Monsum could be city level. But Shigematsu's snake definitely could just like drop fucking death pheromone clouds into an entire area and kill people in an entire city or a mountain range. It pierced like a buff and awoken Chief Monsum, and I think it took Zebra's attack to kill that thing. It was definitely a gourmet world capable beast that was able to sneak up on the four heavenly kings. Shigematsu himself, I'm gonna put on a continental large island because Shigematsu was like the vice president of Ego, so he's somebody that would have been in like the zero bow type steps. So he'd have been fighting around Rap's level, and Rap was reported to be as strong as fucking Zebra. So Shigematsu still got like infinite Kuji punched by Toriko and ripped apart by Gourmet World Beast. But either way, I think the destruction he could wreak would probably be up there. Shu. Well, no, Shu couldn't even take, Shu's street fight level. He's a little higher than street fight level, though. I'll give him ability base, because he was avoiding most of Toriko's attacks to the point to where Toriko was just exhausted and would have lost out of technicality. So, yeah, we'll give Shu that. Shu has abilities that would at least put him on the scale of the ability-based class, so whatever scenario they might fall in. Scum Beast was working his ass, though, because the Scum Beast also had food immersion and whatnot. Starjuan's personal ride. We don't know much about it. I think it's like the Jet Black Dragon or the Black Jet Dragon or something like that. But we'll give that probably Mountain City level, being a beast from the Toriko universe, and not only that, being Starjuan's main form of transportation. Starjuan himself. What would I rank Starjuan as? Starjuan's planetary. Starjuan is easily capable of fighting every single person in this category, because he even stood against Wolf King Guinness with Toriko, so he can at least stand on a planetary scale. And none of the characters in Continental Large Island could do that remotely. So Starjuan creates fire that's hot enough to melt literal iron. He can see into the future to the point to where like no amount of illusion and or time stopping could stop him from seeing you with his third eye. So honestly, yeah, we'll still leave him around planet. They did say they said Starjuan's eye can see you from light years away. So he might be a little stronger than just simply having planet-based abilities, in my opinion. That's a good one. That's a good one. I wouldn't put his attacks on cosmic level though, but having the ability of the all-seeing eye does put him up there. But I know his attacks are definitely planet scarring to like fucking planet destroying if he honestly wanted to, considering Jiro was about to like hurt the planet with his fucking Wolf Guinness punch at the cooking festival. So I'll give Starjuan planetary just because he scales similarly to Toriko, and he was one of the three that fought against an awoken Akashia. Sunny. Because of Sunny's actual like demon, I'm gonna put him on planetary, but all of the Heavenly Kings are planetary, if not because of their demons, just because of their abilities. Sunny being able to like redirect the nuclear equivalent of a waterfall, no, the waterfall equivalent of a nuclear bomb, already puts him up there, but also having access to Satan Hair, a literal ability that is said to eat planets. Sunny's just up there. He can also redirect and use different abilities with spatula, so anybody not of around a similar skill level is not touching him. Takemaru, street fight level, because he was around like, he wasn't as strong as like Barry Gammon and didn't have an impenetrable shell that could like break through bullets and massive ice. Or he beat Boggy by hitting him with pressure points and stuff. Like Takemaru was like the introduction to routines in Toriko for the later staging of the ultimate routine, but I put him around street fight level. He's not, Takemaru's not beating the Nitro or any of the, Takemaru's low. Tepai, that one's good. I'm gonna put Tepai at planetary based, because at the end of the series, Tepai, just like his granddad, had to stop and seal the earth from exploding from the force of not only the new birth of ingredients, but also from its overripeness from cooking, which was the beating that it had taken during this God class battle, or all the God class battles that had taken on. So to do this, he would have had to have performed a world stopping feat similar to his own grandfather. And he's not stopping time, but eventually he'd get up there. But we're still going to give Tepai planetary scale just because of some of the feats that he had. Also being able to stop moves from Toriko, like his jet fork and stuff, or even just remotely take those blows, puts him on like outer space level attack feats and scaling. But moving on. Terry Cloth. Terry is, like I said, going to be in a similar class with the rest of the 8 King descendant pets. He's going to be large continent. No, continent to large island level. Mainly just because I think, bro, Quinn moves like the speed of a fucking meteor. Eventually, they all will inherit the abilities that their fucking 8 King like ancestor has. So Guinness Search, I don't think is specific to Guinness. I think it's just his ability of scent is so strong as the apex of the wolves that he can do it. Just like Toriko's devil scent is similar. Just like Kiss. Kiss might not even necessarily manifest the appetite energy suns or whatever, but it's still going to have the comparability of its shadow making you lose your composure and just die. But either way. The Tokikage, this creature actually had a fucking high ass capture level, like 300, and was Joey's main mode of transportation for no reason. I put the Tokikage up there. That's a gourmet world level beast with like 400 or 500. I think it was like 353 or 453 on its capture level. But one, I'm pretty sure it was almost always used as exclusive like world travel. So I'm not going to put its attack power necessarily at continent to large island level, but its difficulty in not only being captured, but also its ability to teleport around the fucking world. Maybe it's more ability based. It's not a combatant necessarily, so it wouldn't be like its power isn't continental level. That's fair. It's an ability based one. This was the gourmet police hunter. He was fodder. He got his shit clapped up outside of the caves because he tried to show his badge to somebody and rob them. Tom, what y'all actually do not know is that Tom is an S tier being. You gotta hear me out here. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Tom's not necessarily I guess he was one of the characters just got added in here for shits and giggles. Tom is definitely cannon fodder, but nowhere near cannon fodder as the rest of these people. He might be slightly less cannon fodder than this guy, but he's getting clapped by the majority of people going up this list. Jerry Boy might not actually get clapped by these people, but he's still cannon fodder because he got like O code. Okay, we just did a video on my boy right here, Tommy Rod. Tommy Rod, I'm not going to give the planetary planet based. I'm going to give him continent to large island level just because of not only his fight against Sunny, but his fight against Toriko. But honestly, it's just because of the bugs. Like, Tommy Rod could probably spawn enough bugs of dangerous enough capture levels to overpower an entire continent or country, like the form of government in those. He's not dealing planetary like wide destruction. We saw that his abilities weren't on necessarily that level. Tommy was just apparently very good at what he did, but he'd most definitely be a challenge in any other situation because Grimpotch and Starjuan still kind of hit the combo on this guy later on in the series, and he's Mountain City level. But Toriko, all right. the wielder of 3 gourmet demons. Toriko is actually the strongest character in the series. That's just how it roped out, with once again Medora dying, Akasha dying, the 8 kings retiring because they lost in battle, Jiro dying, Achiryu dying, and the other heavenly kings not scaling quite as high to Toriko. Toriko literally, like, not only awoke, he ate the planetary full course, unlocking his demon, then achieved the ability of eating God, then he ate Center to have his soul reborn and have his actual gourmet demon come back, then he ate his gourmet demon, which is basically the end game of Toriko. Toriko became a walking god. He became the ogre. He became his appetite. Ogre was a being that roamed the universe, destroying planets and other appetite spirits. So as far as I'm concerned, Toriko is a cosmic class being at this point in the series. Granted, all of the other heavenly kings are as well, but we don't really just get to see direct showcases of their beast the way we do, not beast, their appetites the way we do Toriko. So I'm going to leave them at planetary, as they could decimate planets, but Toriko's demons all, like, we only got a description for the red demon. We didn't get a description for the blue demon or the white demon. So just on that by itself, Toriko is like a cosmic level being. This guy actually betrayed and then murdered the entire, like, little ego head court. But I'll give him, he's not building level, but he has some type of assassin powers. I'd say probably he's street fight level. Like somebody from, like, a pretty cool anime where they have, like, martial abilities or something like that. We're running out of people here, though, y'all. Ooh, Gourmet Reviver. Continental Large Island. He revived Earth, which was, like, Akashia's dessert, which was, like, apparently an entire fucking... I think they say Earth is a continent. It's, like, Earth is, like, all the sweet nutrients and shit that culminate inside of a specific area in the gourmet world, and he had to revive that. But either way, he is somebody capable of reviving, like, continental level beast, like the 4 beast, or reviving, like, I think Jiro showed it. It was like the Hammerdon or something like that. He's a reviver. He also helped Toriko grow back his arm, and he would be in comparable strength to probably everybody on this list up here. I want to put these guys higher because they were fighting the Monkey King, but they're not planetary. But all of these characters are capable of releasing large island level destruction. Grimpoch, maybe not. Tell you what. We'll bring Grimpoch down to Mountain City level. He decimated a city for sure. Maybe not a... Well, could Grimpoch decimate a large island with his breath gun? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. But that's only theoretical, so we'll leave it at that. Chef... This was his man's name, Yu. Capable of cutting things down to the specific millimeter. Definitely higher ranked than these chefs. He wasn't that much of a pussy. He was actually like the top 3 most dangerous chefs there, and somebody that was capable of meeting the demands of fighting off the scum beast and shit. So, not gonna put him at Mountain City level. I'll put him at building level though. Nah, he wasn't fucking with the red nitro. He's not street fight level. Well, to be fair, he could definitely destroy a building the way he was using his swords. I'll give it that. He could definitely, like, chop down the top of a building. Gourmet Branch, you don't really know too much about him. He looks so unique, but we never actually get to see that guy's actual fucking abilities. So we're gonna just put him. This guy. I never really knew what he did. He was like the sommelier or something. He just talked a lot. Well, he's got to be stronger than Barry. There's no way he's stronger than a Nitro. We'll leave him in C. Building level or comparable to building level characters. Chef Zaus. I'll give Chef Zaus Mountain City level because he was shown to be able to, like, hurt people like Granny Setsu, which would have already made him as strong as Zero Bao type level members and top branch heads. And he also got kidnapped into Neo and was about to try and fight off Midoriya for some weird ass reason. But either way, I definitely scale him around the same level as Grimpoch. Zebra, Zebra is once again a planetary threat. Like, if you were to take away his voice demon and just give him the loud booming voice, Zebra still proved that he's like continent to large island level, being able to unleash like sound bombs that are the equivalent of like baking meteors is wild. Zange. Now, y'all are gonna clown me for this. Zange is S tier. You might ask me why. Because who hurt that man? Who beat him? Zange outlived most of the characters on this list. Zange never took any actual damage. Made it to the gourmet world, didn't die of harsh environmental anything. That man's food luck is on such a high level that once taken by Medora, it was able to restore the fucking planet. That's how lucky Zange actually is. Zange has cosmic god level luck. Probably higher than Komatsu's. But either way, it's a joke, but I'll still give, he's going to be an ability based. He's not actually cannon fodder, which is crazy. Like, he is cannon fodder, but he never gets fodderized. And the final person for this tier list, we have Joey, the reincarnated, it's a reincarnated appetite demon in the body of, Froze. Joey's planetary. One, because she states that her attacks move faster than light. Two, because her Satan pillar reached out into space and Medora barely dodged it. Three, because she was fighting beings like Medora, beings like Akasha, beings like Toriko. She actually beat these four in a one-on-one. Three, I guess. Yeah, she beat Zebra, Coco, and Sunny in a one-on-one. Mainly because of the food luck, but Joey is still like up here with the 8 Kings and the Gourmet Blue Nitro. There's nobody else really like fucking with them in that regard. And yeah, that's it, guys. We're done. That's the end of this tier list. This, I will say, like, you can't really write a script for something so spontaneous as a tier list, but there are certain feats from certain characters that I wish there were different ways to scale. So I did my best based on their abilities and everything. If you think there are people that could have been placed in different tiers, make sure you let me know down below. You guys' input is actually very helpful on a lot of the Toriko videos because it seems like we're the only people in existence that still love this anime and manga. Secretly, though, it's the creator's fault. You should Google that. That's what really happened. But either way, guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Psych Ward. This is gonna be probably one of the last few Toriko videos I do on the channel for this year. Not ever, for this year. Because one, I'm trying to like get other series to kind of pop off. The regular show review is coming with the second season, but I didn't know that the second season had like 28 episodes, where the first season had like 12 episodes. So either way, hope you guys enjoyed the tier list. I will catch you later. Make sure you stay sane.